So hi guys, you're welcome to another part of this course. It's financial accounting made simple. My name is Sanyaolu Oluwafemi Akintunde, and I'll be taking you through the course. So let's jump right into the course. For our learning objective, at the end of this lecture, students should be able to have a working knowledge of the definition of accounting. That's both cost accounting and financial accounting. And also, they should be able to tell the difference between cost accounting and financial accounting. So for our course outline, what we have to do today is not much. We're going to look at the definition of accounting and also look at what are the differences between financial accounting and cost accounting. So, difference between financial accounting and cost accounting. Now, what is financial accounting? Financial accounting is the process of collecting, recording, presenting, analyzing, and interpreting financial information for the users of financial statements. Let me repeat that again. Financial accounting is the process of collecting, recording, presenting, analyzing, and interpreting financial information for the users of the financial statement. So when we talk about accounting, accounting is a process. So first of all, you collect the data. After collecting the data, you record the data. After recording it, you present it in a format. And after presenting in a format, you analyze the data. After analyzing the data, then you interpret it in form of numbers in order to determine decision-making process, in order for people to be able to make decision. That's the users of accounting information to be able to make decisions. Now, why do we need financial accounting? One, it may enable businesses to track past events. By the time, well, I think we've looked at, okay, we are going to look at accounting concepts and convention. And there is a convention, or there is a concept that talks about historical cost concept. So it helps us to track past events. It's as simple as that. It helps us to catch past events and also provide useful information for making future decisions. So as a result of our ability to be able to track past events, we can make a future decision. It enables the organization to know how financially successful the organization also is. They both enable us to calculate how financially successful we are in terms of numbers. What are those things that we are doing? What are those things we are selling? Are we profitable? So accounting helps us to do that. That's financial accounting. Then lastly, it helps us to also know, it helps the organization to know what they own in terms of their assets. What are the assets that are owned by the organization? So if you have not seen my course on assets, there is a particular course that talks about assets. So that will come under accounting equation. And also it helps the organization to determine how much they owe, that's their liabilities, what they owe to outside parties. So it helps us to determine the assets of the organization and also helps us to determine what the organization owe, that's the liabilities of that particular organization. So that's just a brief of financial accounting. If I may even add that the history of accounting started from stewardship reporting function, where somebody is employed on behalf of another person to act, and the person gives an account of what has transpired. That's just basically what accounting is. Then let's see, what is cost accounting? Cost accounting is concerned with providing information for decision making within an organization. So cost accounting has to do with providing information for the organization, but this time around it is for users that are within the organization. It provides information for decision making process. For you to make a decision, you need to have facts and figures. and cost accounting provides those facts and figures. It enables the managers to decide or to make a decision on the level of output or the level of activity, the optimal choice of alternative, and also assist them in making decisions. It can be short-run decisions, it can be long-run decision, it can be make or buy decision, whether we should make a particular product or source the product from outside the organization. Of course, if it's going to be cheaper to make the product, the ideal thing will be to make a decision to make the product. So we can have buy and sell, we can have accept or reject projects depending on the nature of the decision that we want to reach. So let's look at the difference between financial and cost accounting. So the first difference we're going to look at is using the users. So the users of financial accounting information are external users. They are usually external to the business. So we can have creditors, you have a government, you have investors, you have financial analysts. There are many of them that are external to the business. For example, you can also have suppliers. All these are there are classes of users that are external to the business. While for the cost accountant, it is used by managers to plan, control, and make decisions. It is used by managers to plan, control, and make decisions. That's the difference between financial and cost accounting in relation to the users. So just using one word, I can say financial accounting users are external users. I can just say external users, while for cost accounting, I can say they are internal users. They are external users, while for cost accounting, they are internal users. So let's look at the format, the content and formats. Now, when we talk about financial accounting information, they have rules and regulations that guide this financial accounting information. These rules and regulations are regarded as accounting concepts. They are accounting concepts and conventions, and they can come also in form of pronouncements by accounting bodies. So depending on the type of rules and regulations. However, when it comes to cost accounting, there are no rules and regulations. There are no such rules and regulations in cost accounting. So for financial accounting, there are rules and regulations. In cost accounting, there are no rules and regulations. It's as simple as that. Then let's look at the time focus. The time focus of financial accounting is historical in nature because the events have already occurred. Financial accounting information are historical. We are dealing with costs that has already occurred. But for cost accounting, it is futuristic in nature because the event is going to happen in the future. We need to gather the data to be able to make a decision. A decision is something you make for the future. So if you are making a decision, it's going to be futuristic. So while financial accounting is historical in nature, cost accounting is futuristic in nature. So in one word, it is what? Historical in nature, while for cost accounting, it is futuristic in nature. Then the period for preparing reports. The period for preparing financial reports are usually every 12 months. That is one calendar year. Though the NLC, the NSE, that is the Nigerian Stock Exchange, requires quarterly reports from big quoted companies. Quoted companies are companies that are available for exchange in the Nigerian Stock Exchange market. So just know that the period for preparing financial report is usually 12 months, but they can have quarterly reports as the case may be in the case of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Then for cost accounting reports, cost accounting reports can be prepared at any time as management may require. Any time that the management needs it, that is when it is going to be prepared. So it can be biannually, that means twice annually, that's twice a year. It could be quarterly, it could be 4 times a year, it could be monthly, every month, it could be daily, depending on the need of that particular report. So they can prepare it at any point in time. So period for preparing reports for financial accounting, 12 months. Period for preparing reports for cost accounting, anytime as required by management. So let's look at the scope. What is the scope of financial accounting? The scope of financial accounting is to determine profit or loss at the end of the day, and also the true financial position of the business organization. That is the scope of financial accounting. So whatever we are doing at the end of the day is to determine if we are made profit or loss, and to know the true financial position of that company as at the year end. While for cost accounting, it is to convey all aspects as designed by management, as regarded by management. It is to determine whatever aspects that the organization wants. So it is not to just determine profit alone. We may want to look at activities in relation to departments. We may want to look at growth. We may want to look at HR. So all aspects are usually considered, not just profit or loss. Then the degree for preparing report. Financial accounting reports are usually prepared for the whole organization, for the organization as a whole. Their reports are prepared. And that is why if you have come across accounting statements, you'll see that the activities of the company are all recorded in the accounting reports or in the financial statements. While for cost accounting information, it is usually prepared for a segment, a product line, department, or a division, depending on what management wants to achieve with that particular objective. So it can be prepared for a segment, a product line, a department, or a division, as the case may be. Then accuracy for preparing reports. Financial accounting information deals with actual data because the events have already occurred. The events have occurred in the past. That is why we say it is historical in nature, because the events have already occurred. So we deal with actual data. We are sure of what we are using, because if you go to the market and purchase a car for 200,000, the cost of the car is 200,000. Is that not so? And as such, we can determine with actual facts that the cost of the car is 200,000. But for cost accounting, the events may happen in real time, or it may be a function of an assumption. So we are estimating. It's an estimate. It's going to be a futuristic thing. It is a projection that we have. It is in the future. So it deals with assumption, projections, because all these events would occur sometime in the future. It deals with approximations. They are approximating. We don't know for sure what it is, but it happens in the future. So what is the last one is objective. Now, what is the objective of financial accounting? The objective of financial accounting activity is to look at the period for preparing the reports under review. The objective is to determine the profitability of that particular company for the period under review. Is to determine the activities of the company for the period. While for cost accounting, the objective is for planning, controlling, and decision making. It's for us to be able to plan, control, and make decisions. Thank you very much. So you have an assignment here. In not more than 3 words. In not more than 3 words, differentiate. That also should not be there. Sorry about that. That's a typo error. In not more than 3 words, differentiate between financial and cost accounting. In not more than 3 words, differentiate between financial and cost accounting. So in not more than 3 words, if you have listened to everything I've said, you should be able to differentiate between the two of them in less than 3 words for some of them too. So as I mentioned, we list and explain 5 differences between financial and management accounting. So I know you'll be thinking, this guy did not teach us management accounting. He taught us cost accounting. So that's the research you have to do. So the last one is financial accounting provides financial information for the following external users. So which of these is not an external user? So is it creditors? Is it managers? Is it government agencies? Is it investors? Whichever one you pick. Don't forget, failure is the ability to start again more intelligently. And the difference between an extraordinary person and an ordinary person is mindset. Mindset is very, very important. And numbers don't lie. It only shows pattern. If you study for 30 minutes every day, you cannot compare yourself with somebody that studies for 3 hours every day. Result will always show. You can reach me on any of these social media platforms, as the case may be. You can reach me on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, and on an email. Thank you for watching. And I believe you are able to get one or two things. I remain Sanyaolu Oluwafemi Akintunde, and I'll see you on the other course.